Welcome to Comodo Solutions Spotlight. I'm Fiola Balica. Today, the spotlight's on extended validation, or EV-SSL certificates, the new standard in SSL security and online trust. An EV-SSL certificate on your site can improve conversion rates, reduce abandonment, and increase revenue. It can also reduce the risk of your customers falling victim to a phishing attack. It's the most significant advancement in SSL solutions in over a decade. If you're an online merchant, lack of consumer trust is a business challenge you probably hadn't planned on. Unfortunately, our increasing use of the internet has motivated criminal activity that is eroding consumer trust. With regular news reports of consumer scams through fraudulent websites, consumers are understandably wary about whom they do business with online. This is poisoning the well for many legitimate online businesses. According to a recent study of U.S. internet users, 71% exclusively shop at sites they know and trust. Nearly 70% have terminated an online order because they did not trust the transaction, and fully 20% will not buy online. Visitors to a site with an EV-SSL certificate see their browser address bar turn green whenever they are on a secure or HTTPS page, typically among the most critical during a session. Right at the moment of truth, when they're weighing whether or not to go forward with a transaction, this striking visual indicator, accompanied by information certifying their business name, location, and the certification authority that validated it, is presented, providing needed reassurance to continue. You may not be aware of the fact that Comodo and its CEO, Mili Abdul-Hayolu, were instrumental in creating EV-SSL and establishing it as a standard embraced by all major certification authorities and browser software providers. Here's what motivated him to do it.
Thank you, Fiola. Now let me explain about EV and the reason and the logic behind EV. Until we set up the EV standards, there was no standard about who can obtain a digital certificate. Anyone with $15 in their pocket could go to CAs, certification authorities, and buy this yellow padlock that we've come to trust. The validation process for validating the applicant was ranging from anything from just, hey, here is the certificate because I can send you an email, and people call that domain validation, which means nothing apart from you own a domain, to some people requesting some more forms about you. Now, if we are serious about internet, if we are serious about getting people to interact on internet for e-commerce, we had to build a trustworthy indicator that meant something. The only thing that yellow padlock meant at that time was you have $15 in your pocket, nothing else. There was no standard about it. So that's when I said, okay, we better get the industry together and start setting up standards. Do it in a way where it cannot be abused, like yellow padlock was abused by some CAs. And that's why we set up the CAP forum to create the standards for EV certificates.
Thanks, Mili. Now let's take a closer look at the EV-SSL user experience. Consumers are used to seeing HTTPS and a padlock on their browser screens when they're transacting business over the internet. Websites using EV-SSL offer consumers significantly more visual assurance that they are legitimate online businesses. The various browsers display this information somewhat differently. This is EV-SSL with Internet Explorer 8. This is EV-SSL on the same website through Firefox 3. Comodo EV-SSL also maximizes the reach of the EV user experience with your visitors through its unique EV Auto Enhancer technology. Many sites also display Comodo Trust Mark throughout their site to provide ongoing assurance of security and trust. Please visit this site for more on the EV-SSL user experience and its benefits to your business. EV-SSL certificates are the best choice for any website where the degree of trustworthiness and the authenticity of the sites is likely to be a consumer concern, and that's not limited to e-merchant sites. Sites requiring a user registration and login box, particularly for financial services, any site accepting credit cards or collecting any customer confidential information. For example, the Internal Revenue Service recently issued guidelines for online tax preparation websites to incorporate EVSSL certificates. An EV certificate shows your site visitors that you adhere to the highest standards of online trust and security. Use Comodo's ultra-secure 2048-bit roots and are available in 1- and 2-year terms. For more information on EV, please visit the link below. Thanks for watching. Join us again for another Solution Spotlight.